What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Target exclusive 2-pack Leonardo and the Shredder. Here we do have Leo and Shredder in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get these guys opened up, and then we'll have a better look at the figures inside. So stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Leo and the Shredder posed and out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figures, let's actually take a look at their accessories. We'll first have a look at Leo as Shredder falls down. Leo here does come with 2 pairs of hands. He comes with a pair of grasping hands. He also does come with a pair of flat palm hands. He comes with his 2 katanas, which fit nicely into both his hands. And then he also does come with a shell phone that's closed, so really nice accessories on Leo. Me, I can't seem to get his swords into the back of his little holsters here. Now, they are supposed to fit in, but I don't know if it's too small or they're just too smushed to fit in. I can't get them to fit back there. I know they can, but I can't get it. If you can, send me a picture on Instagram. Shredder here also does come with quite a few accessories. Shredder here does come with 3 pairs of hands. He comes with a pair of fists. He comes with a pair of style pose open hands. And then he also does come with a pair of grasping hands, which all look good on him. Shredder also does come with a sword, so he can fight Leo. He also does come with a canister of ooze. And then he also does come with a communicator, which is done really nicely and has a picture of Krang in it. So really loving the accessories with these 2. Other than that, they don't come with anything else, and you really don't expect much more from these 2. So what I'm going to do is have a closer look at both of these figures. We'll first have a look here at Leo, and just like with all the other turtles, I love the way Leo came out. Now, something I will point out is that his eyes are painted not looking straight like the other turtles. I don't know what my luck is with Leo. The movie Leo's eyes were askew, and now this one is askew as well. It's not as bad as the movie one, but it is something to note that his eyes don't look forward. He's kind of like looking up and angry, which is a little odd. I would expect Raphael to have this face because it has both sides of his teeth showing, which he looks angry, and you don't picture Leo as the angry one. You picture that of Raph. But I still like the head sculpt. You can see the blues do transition really well, the lighter blue into the darker blue. Now, I feel like neither of these blues represents Leo. It would be somewhere in between both of these colors. But they do look nice for what it is. And just like with all the other turtles, we have this dark green, and then we have an even darker shade of green in the back to represent shadows. Having a look at Leo's shell, just like with all the other turtles, we have the base coat, and then we have this really nice dark outline representing shadows. So I really love how they did the shells. There's also some green paint right here to represent some of the shading that the front would cast. And then again we have this really nice line work on Leo here. All these turtles are painted phenomenally. You can see even on his belt the line work is clean. Again, we do have some storage for his swords, but like I said, I think it's just that they're just smashed in, that I can't get them in. Maybe if I heat that up and slide the swords in, it'll fit better, but for right now, I just can't do it. His belt is done really nicely. We have the L. It should be outlined a little bit better. You can see the outline on the outside right here, but on this side, it's not as noticeable. So there is that. We have his elbow pads, wristbands, knee pads. They're done really well, and they also do carry that 2-tone shade, as well as the back of his legs. I really do wish that his legs had a little more detail to them, but overall I really love the detailing on Leo. You can see even the feet carry that dark green into the darker shade in the back. So overall, really loving Leo's detailing here. So what we're going to do now is actually move on to the Shredder. So here we have a closer look at Shredder, and I have to say, they did a really good job with this figure. Now, I do have one problem with my Shredder. The camera isn't tilted or anything. It's actually Shredder. One of his legs is actually longer than the other, and it's his left leg that's longer than his right leg. Or is it his right leg? Yeah, his right leg is definitely longer than his left leg. There's a good bit of distance on the ground, so I don't know how to fix that. Either one of his legs is actually pegged in not all the way, or maybe there's some excess plastic in the thighs, but that is just something to note. Your Shredder might have one leg longer than the other. Aside from that, Shredder here does have quite a bit of detail, and I really do like it. I really love the paint job on his face. You can see his eyebrows are painted cleanly, his eyes, the white, the pupil, it all looks good. But then we get to his helmet and you can see two shades of, I'm gonna guess it's supposed to be brown, but it's like a, or not brown, but a gray, but it's a light blue and an even darker shade of blue. It's almost gray, it's like a slate color. I really do love how it transitions onto his helmet. That is some really good detailing there. And we even have some line work going on to the back of the helmet. So just a fantastic job on Shredder here. Which we'll have a look at his cape now, which is actually done in soft goods. Now, you might have to fold in these corners right here. The corners going up to the back. If they're just flat, his cape has a tendency to just pop up over his face, and that's not a really good look for Shredder. But if you fold in these edges right here, it actually sits perfectly. So be aware that if you are displaying him and his cape rises up, just fold in right here and you're not going to have that issue. We go on to his shoulder pads, which have 6 spikes on them. You can see they're all done really nicely, and it is soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about the spikes breaking off. Really love that the shoulder pad base is slate, and then we have the lighter blue right here. Same thing on this side, and then they actually put the line work in where the spikes connect to the shoulder pad. And then we have some flesh tone right here on Shredder. Looks really good. The lines, all the musculature is outlined, even on the inside of his arm. You can see right here, that's really good detailing there. We go on to his gauntlets, and they're done just as well as the rest of the figure. We have that same blue-gray, and then the slate here. And then the spikes, you can tell that they're all not the same shade. It's almost like a gray blue and then a slate, so I really do appreciate how much detail just went into his armor. On his hands, you can see he has fists on right now, and then we have his traditional Shredder claws. I do like that these are soft plastic. All the spikes on him are soft, so you don't have to worry about breaking them. So really like that fact, and it's the same on this side. Everything here is soft, even his armor, so you don't have to really worry about the armor breaking off. Although if you try pulling it, I'm pretty sure the gauntlet will be pulled off. Having a look at his tunic, you can see it's gray and then an even darker gray right there. You can see he's a pretty in-shape kind of guy. He's not chubby. You can see he also has some line work going in the front. No line work in the back, unfortunately, and I'm pretty sure, actually, you know what? He does have a little bit of line work right here on his tunic, right on the back. But as far as the back of his shirt goes, no detail. It's just gray paint. On the front, we do have some more line work right here representing the folds. And then we have that lighter gray here, darker gray on the edges, which is really phenomenal. NECA went all out with these figures, and I am glad that I finally have them in hand. His greaves are also done in the light blue, or the gray blue, the slate, and then the white spikes, so they all look nice. And just like the foot soldiers, Shredder actually has leg wrappings here. I don't know if it's the same mold for the legs, but I'm pretty sure that Shredder uses the same legs that the foot soldiers use, that these are just an overlay appliance. And let's actually bring out a foot soldier really fast. Actually, yeah, he has the entire lower body from the hips down of the foot soldier, and I didn't notice that until right now. So really good reuse of parts. You really can't tell unless you're really looking at it. But anyway, that's Shredder's detail for you guys. What I'm going to do now is actually get them compared to a few other figures you may have in your collection. So here we have Leo posed next to a DC Multiverse Superman, and a Marvel Legends Cyclops. Here we have Leo posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco One-Shot Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Leo posed next to the NECA GameStop exclusive movie Leonardo. And finally, here we have Leo posed with the rest of the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here we have Shredder posed next to a DC Multiverse Superman and a Marvel Legends Cyclops. Here we have Shredder posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Shredder posed next to a NECA GameStop exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie Leonardo. And finally, here we have Shredder posed next to the rest of the Foot Clan. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually take a look at their articulation. And we'll have a look at Leo's articulation first, moving Shredder off to the side. Leo does sport the same articulation as the rest of the Ninja Turtles. He does have a ball joint in the head, which does look up and down. He can tilt his head side to side. He does turn left and right, no problems there. We also do get a ball joint in the neck, so that does provide some more up and down movement. So it helps with the side to side and a little bit of rotation. Leo's arms are on a ball joint, go out to about that far. Right side does go further. Arms go back all the way to about there before getting caught on the shell. And they really don't go back because the shell does get in the way. He does have rotation in the bicep, single bend in the elbow. We have rotation at the elbow. We have a swivel and a vertical hinge right here in the wrist, so it does move up and down, not left and right, which is okay, especially because he does use swords. He does have a ball joint here in the torso, but it's really useless. We don't get much movement out of that. Legs do go forward to about there, go back. He does a split really well, although this leg is a little bit stiff, but yeah, he does the splits, no problem. He has a thigh swivel, which is really tight right here. Double bend in the knee, no issue there. And then we have a ball joint in the foot, so it does go forward, back, side to side. So we get pretty good articulation here on Leo. So let's actually have a look at Shredder now. Shredder does have a ball joint in the head, although you're really going to have him looking down. He doesn't get any upward movement. He can tilt his head side to side, which works really well. Does turn left and right. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. Not at all hindered by his shoulder pads because, again, this is soft plastic. Arms would do a full 360, but you just got to be cautious on his shoulder pads. We have a swivel at the bicep. Double bend in the elbow. Goes to about there. We have a swivel and a hinge in the wrist. No issue there. Unfortunately, we don't have a torso joint on Shredder, but we do have rotation at the waist. Legs do go forward, back, and out. Can he do the split? Yes, Shredder can do the split. He can do the split fairly easy. He does have rotation here at the thigh, double bend in the knee, swivel at the boot, no problem there. And then we also do have an ankle ball joint, so it does pivot side to side, goes forward and back. And then we have a toe joint. So again, he uses the same lower torsos of the foot soldier, so it is to be expected. But with their articulation out of the way, let's actually have a look at my final thoughts. And so here we have Leo versus the Shredder posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really love the way this set came out. Leo is the leader of the Turtles, and you can't have the Turtles without Leo, and Shredder is their arch nemesis. So I'm really glad NECA was able to get their Comic-Con exclusive figures to the retail market, even though they are exclusive to Target. If you did miss out on the Comic-Con set like me, this is actually a really good pickup. It comes with all the Turtles. Their accessories are really phenomenal. Shredder here is one of my favorite villains, and Leo, even though he's not my favorite Turtle, he is up there. If you are looking for this set, it is going to be at Target. The Turtles are a Target exclusive, unfortunately, so you are going to have to pay $51 if you go into Target. More if you get it secondhand market. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other NECA videos. Hopefully you find them informative. Don't forget to check out my Instagram account for more exciting pictures with figures that I've recently picked up. And as always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, Let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.